Well, one of the things that I was talking about was the ways that the Futures Initiative employs student-centered pedagogy and innovative technology in support of our mission of supporting higher education as a public good.
And Ryan and I talked about some of the modules that we learned about last semester, including assessment, formative assessment, and summative assessment, and ways to make the classroom more a horizontal learning environment than an authoritative vertical one.
So we talked about different things that we did in our classroom, from exit passes to mid-course surveys to the way that body language can affect your outcomes. And we talked to the faculty about ways that they could incorporate those into their own classroom.
All of the techniques that we're talking about today are really beneficial to students in any of CUNY's colleges, whether they're at the senior colleges or the community colleges, because it helps to establish a greater sense of empowerment over one's own educational path. All of the things that we talked about are ways of changing the power dynamics in the classroom so that students take a greater degree of agency in understanding not only what they're learning, but why they're learning and how certain techniques work best for them or maybe don't work as well for them.
Exactly. I think students enter the classroom more confident when there's more transparency and that kind of mystical curtain is drawn away, and they can understand how they're learning just as much as what they're learning.
So one thing that we did last year was we aimed to build this network for CUNY students. So the Hunter students that Irene and I taught both did mapping projects, and those projects got uploaded to the Futures Initiative website, where they were shared with students from other CUNY campuses who did similar projects in different disciplines. And another way that we help to build that network is that students in our courses got the chance to apply to be mentors, student mentors to other students. So I know at least 2 students from my course last year participated in that this summer. So that's another way that we try to advance equity across the CUNY system, and specifically here at Hunter.
Mm-hmm. And any Hunter student is welcome to become a part of our online networks, even if they're not formally part of one of the Futures Initiative classes. There's a CUNY-wide network at futuresinitiative.org and a broader nationwide interdisciplinary network at haystack.org. And in both of those spaces, students can do their own blogging, they can establish a web presence, a professional web presence for themselves, and connect with other like-minded students.
I think one thing that they can do right away is incorporate the assessment activities that Irene is going to talk about or talked about. In the longer term, they can change the way that they design their syllabus to include elements of peer review, include different kinds of assessment, and be explicit about what those are, whether this is a formative assessment or a summative assessment. Incorporate a unit on embodiment or body language. Think about ways to use your classroom as a space to give skills that exceed your discipline that students can use elsewhere in their lives.
I think it's important also to insert checkpoints into the day to make sure that you're not moving ahead without everyone being on the same page. And this can be something as formal as saying giving a quiz more frequently, or as informal as giving an exit pass. Just a little note card where you ask, what is something that you're still confused about the day? And it gives us a place to pick up when we come back the next class.
And we would also welcome all Hunter faculty to become a part of the Futures Initiative network, either through the online spaces that I mentioned already, or through our monthly workshops that we offer at the Graduate Center. Those are always live streamed, so a group at Hunter could set up a watch group and have their own local event here and take part in the conversation that way.